What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me, all you ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vin. If you don't know me, I'm a real estate agent and I do handyman work here and there, contracting and a bunch of stuff. So today what I really want to get into is how I got started in real estate, where I'm at in real estate, and why did I choose real estate. So for me, I'm a true believer on the process and on just like, documenting anything that happens in my life. I do vlogs, I'm always with the camera, popping like Instagram stories and everything like that. However, I never have like time to just sit down and kind of just like have a talk about just like accountability, where I'm at, and such like that. So let's just begin, let's dive into it. I don't know what I'm doing, but hey, we'll all figure it out together. So the first thing is that, how did you get into real estate? So for me, I got into real estate, I just barely got in by this year in November. Actually, when I really started was in January. Now it is in July, we're in the month of July. However, that's when I really went balls deep into it and said, hey, you know what, let's go, let's do this real quick. But before that, it has to be like a story back kind of where I'm at, you know what I mean? So for me, for a long time, I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. I was going through college, I was attempting to go to college, going through things, following the wrong crowd and here and there. However, when I was just going through all that stuff, I still fixed houses. Me and my pops would always go and fix people's houses. My dad's a pastor, so he goes out there and he has people that he goes to, or people that he knows, and they say, hey man, we want to help you out. And for him, he's like, yeah, it's cool, you know what I mean? I'm gonna help you out. This is what I do. And if I can do whatever I can, I'll do it, And he's like a perfectionist in what he does, and he's always dragged me on the way to do it. When I was young, I hated going with him. And however, when I started going to college, getting a little bit older, I kind of realized that this is so important what I do. It's like, it could just be a little like construction here and there, building a patio, putting floors in, just installing a bunch of things. However, I didn't know the value of it until I really branched out and I lived out to Georgia in like 2 years ago. So I was in Georgia and I was out there by myself fixing renovation houses, renovating homes, and living out there, So I mean, if you want to concentrate on something and do that, you can make a living out there. Like I literally went out there by myself. I have a family out there, you know what I mean, my peoples. However, I was living out there, working, plugging myself in, applying myself, and I was able to do that. But I was exposed to real estate out there as well, which is cool. However, I felt like, I kept on coming back and forth from California to Atlanta so often, and then I just made it a point to myself one day. I was like, you know what? If I was going to do real estate, like, where would I go? Where would I start? I had so many questions. I didn't know like what to do. I was kind of just YouTubing. I kind of got some mentorship here and there. However, it never clicked to me. I've been opening houses and going through all this, but I really didn't know what real estate is until I really dived deep into it and made like, the jump to do it. So it wasn't just like right off the bat made the jump, but it was kind of what it is too. So the story is like, I hit up my broker, Mike. So Mike is a longtime friend of mine, like I've known since high school, but we lost touch in like a couple years within like the college years and everything like that. And then I just linked up with him and I was like, man, if I would have made a team and I'm in Cali, who would I hit up? I hit up Mike. So the first thing I did, I hit him up and we were supposed to meet up like one time. However, I was still in between of like going to Atlanta and California, and I was just like trying to pick his mind before I understood it. However, we didn't make that lunch arrangement or whatever, and he's like, you know what, when you're ready, you holler at me, okay? So I'm like, okay, you know what? I hollered at him. I was like, hey man, I'm making the move, I'm making the jump, let's go. And when I did, I packed up all my stuff from Georgia, went to California. The next couple days, I met him, and we went to go eat Chipotle. And it's like, that meeting was one of the meetings that I was like, oh, my ninja, this is what's up, you know? He was just telling me how he was, but he was like, you know what, I want you to, like every other realtor that tells me, like, when you start real estate, go to a big company. Go to those companies that, you know, they'll teach you, they'll motivate you, they'll kind of get you where you want to be, and like kind of give you the stepping stones, because they have all the lessons and the teachings and the meetings that they'll have and pump you up. And for me, I went to Intero. So he was with Intero, and I was like, cool, let's go. So I went in there and I felt it, like, yeah, like every day they would, when I was coming in there, like I didn't know what a script was. I didn't know what was I was expecting. There's so many people around. It was like a whole office, and I was like, okay, cool. You know, so Mike showed me around. I went to the office here and there, but the thing is, like, when I went to that meeting with the broker out there, he was asking me like, so what's your plan? What you want to do? And I was like, you know what? I want to try real estate. I want to see what's good. He's like, so you want to do it part-time or you want to do it full-time? And I was like, I want to do it part-time because I just moved here. My mind was still into, like, you know, I still got to make these, you know, got to pay the bills, got to make sure like I'm okay. And how I know how to do that is renovation and working and stuff like that. And I keep myself busy all the time. Like I could work from 7 days to 7 days with renovations in California, picking up jobs here and there. But I still want to do real estate and kind of know what's that about and kind of dabble into it. But he was like, you know what, if you really want to get into it, you need to go 100%, like full time. And I was like, oh, snaps. But after that conversation, he's just like, you know, you think about it and we'll let you know and stuff like that. But we'll sign you up, we'll see how it is. However, so I go on and I start understanding, okay, they were practicing scripts every day in the morning. About 7:30 is when they start doing scripts till 8. After 8, they start hitting the phone lines. And for me, I was like in a whole different world. I was like, dude, you guys hit up the phone lines and you guys hit up people and like expireds and for sale by owners, just a list of people. Like they'll give you a list every day and all the agents hit it up. So whoever got this email, everybody's hitting this number up. So I was like, dang, this is real estate, you know? So, you know, if you're gonna do real estate, you gotta know scripts. That's the first thing. So scripts, I hate to say scripts, but it's like, it's something that is the backbone of your conversation, of asking a person, because you can go so far with the family or whoever it is, but you gotta find new business. You gotta go out there and you gotta find listings, you gotta find buyers. Hitting up like the low hanging fruit are, for my understanding, is the expires and for sale by owners, because they're already in it. They already want to sell. However, when they sold, they couldn't, when they put their house on the market, it couldn't sell. So that means that it expired. So now once the contract's over, let's say like I take your house and I do a listing and I say only 30 days. After that 30 days, it goes expired and I could renew it, or it'll go on the whole MLS and be like, boom, this is expired. Everybody go jumping in and stuff like that. And you know, they find ways how to talk to the owners before getting like hung up on. But you gotta have that swag, or you gotta have that thick skin to be like, okay, you know what? It's objections. They call it objections when the owners are like, no, I don't want to talk to you about it. I'm frustrated. And then you're like, oh, you know, I appreciate like how you're feeling right now. I would be frustrated too if my agent couldn't sell my house and now I'm stuck here and I can't get to Florida where I wanted to be. And that's in the script. So let's back it up a little bit. That's what I kind of start understanding when I was in that company. And we were only there for a couple months, not even a month, I think, only like 2 or 3 weeks. After that, Mike just started up his own brokerage. He's like, hey man, you wanna run with me? Let's run, let's go. You wanna stay with Intero? Let's do that. And I was like, man, I'm gonna run with you, bro. And that's what it is. From then on, it started in January. So January is when we had our Huntington Beach kind of group meeting. Our realty is New Block Realty Group. So that's us. It consists of Mike as my broker, me as an assistant, not an assistant, but a realtor under him. So he's my broker and I'm a realtor, and we have a few more realtors in us too that has joined us now. It's a small, tight niche group, but you know, we're just starting. It's like our own business, so you gotta work at it. So I did kind of got a little of the gist of like the big companies, but now it's like we're running it on our own, and it's just like what I know, which is like how we run it is how we want to run it. However, you have to be focused on it, because for me, like I can just go renovate for a long time and like kind of come back and like do my scripts here and there, and I do know the importance of like when you're gonna set yourself to do it, you should do it. However, there's a lot of things that happen. So within this first 6 months of being a realtor, I have sold or been in 3 transactions, actually 4 transactions now, 2 listing appointments, and today we just closed another one officially today. So you can do it. Let me talk to you about my experience with the first one. So the first one was condominium in San Bernardino. So we got this lead from, I believe it was Zillow. Yeah, so we got the lead from Zillow. Mike pitched it to me and said, handle it. So from then on, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, hey man, I met up with the buyer. She was making me run all over the place. She didn't know what she wanted to do. I didn't know what to do. And it was like, hey, you know what? It's experience. You gotta, the fastest way to learn something is just jump into it. So that's what we did. And fast forward, out of all the headaches and the roller coaster that I had, we closed and it was cool. After that, I had another transaction that I was with, and this is the same thing, but however, it was the sphere of influences with Mike. So Mike pitched to me another one, and I was like, okay, cool. So I handled that, the buyer. I took him out, I showed him a few places, and finally, like when you go and show people places, it's about like 4 or 5 or 6 places if you don't really know what they want. And then finally you start gauging them and be setting things, and then finally you're like, okay, cool. So I closed that in like a couple months ago, like about 2 or 3 months ago. However, it was still, I still had a TC, that's a transaction coordinator. So I wasn't really all into knowing exactly what I'm doing, but I knew how to show people, started to get familiar with the Supra, the contracts, what has to be done, inspections, you know, just going with like, okay, after inspections, you have to do, you know, finding a checklist of, you know, if this and that contingencies, and then remove the contingency and stuff like that. So it has been such a crazy journey. That was transactions number 2. Number 3 is that I'm in escrow with a new build. So I feel like whenever I'm doing what I'm doing, and with social media, it makes it so crazy that like it's such a tool. Like now all I do is like I post what my work that I do, and I post like open houses that I host with here and there on the weekends here and there, and people start seeing that. They start trusting me. They see familiarity in me, and they're like, okay, I wanna mess with this guy, because this guy has been doing houses, been in the game for quite a long time. Because if you scroll through all my Instagram, my stories or whatever, I'm all about business, installing floors, doing all this and everything like that. Jumping into real estate, it go hand in hand. So with my 3rd transaction, it was actually a buddy of mine that kind of just hit me up and like, hey, you know what? We're looking for a house. You know, help me out. Let's see what's up. What's good? And then we ended up doing a new build. So with the new builds, it's just like you walk in your customers and then they handle the rest. So that's still pending right now, which is dope. So that's actually another transaction. And this transaction that I did today, which is my 4th one, is the one that I'm co-agenting it. It's me and my partner, and I'm actually taking care of most of it because she was on vacation for the last weeks. So I'm just like me back and forth with the buyer. And what I've learned was like, we're all coordinators. So you have to coordinate things correctly. Like when you get like you gotta coordinate going into the house, making sure like the sellers aren't there, they're kind of like good. My buyers are walking around, it's like okay, they understand what it is that they want, and we got it into escrow. Once escrow happened, we did inspections. Inspection happens, we have termite. The report comes, there's things that have to be done, and I have to get the termite guy in, get another person to like see how much the work is going to be and if they're gonna be okay with it. And just going back and forth, and then, you know, like it's a lot of things. And the thing is, I was doing a whole flip too in my year. This 6 months has been crazy because I did a whole freaking flip house too. Like Mike decided he wanted to do a flip house, and I did another flip house into it. Within 6 months, 4 transactions, 1 flip house, 2 listings. Is just like, I feel like if you put your mind to something and you apply yourself every day, something in the world is going to like present itself to you and be like, okay, boom, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's happened. Like every day I wake up and I am so like, I wake up with a you know, like a beautiful mind and being like, man, we're so blessed, and I'm so grateful that, you know, I'm able to be healthy, not in jail, not dead, and out there, you know, progressing my life, helping people up, contributing to society. And you know, this 6 months that I've been in this real estate game has totally changed my mind. Like I started to be more of a, you know, a mature person, a little bit more responsibility, because the thing is, we deal with people every day. I deal with people when I'm doing contracting, but I could be like 12 hours just working by myself, laying floor, wiring things up, and I don't gotta have anybody in my ear and anything like that. However, with real estate, you gotta know how to put out fires. People is gonna like, their emotions gonna rise up, your emotions gonna rise up, you're gonna feel some type of way, somebody's gonna feel some type of way, and then it's gonna be like, what the heck, you know what I mean? So, you know, I feel like, you know, real estate is such a blessing to me, and however, it's not an easy task. Things that you have to do, like there's so many sectors in real estate that you can do that it blows my mind. Like, yeah, okay, what if it works? You can be a person with script, you know what I mean? You can talk to script. However, there's like wholesaling, there's the BRRRR like technique that you can sell the house, or you find houses, you flip them, you hold them, get passive income. So all this, I'm like just throwing it out there. However, I just want to make this video just to be like, this is what is going on with your life in 2019 around this July. You know, this is your 6-month process, and the thing is, consistency and the mind of like a lighter mind and a positive mind will get you anywhere that you want to be in life. So that's really what the whole, you know, the whole goal that I was trying to get to this is like, dude, you're fired up, it's early in the game. However, we've gone so far. Continue doing it. And my main goal, a lot of people is like, what's your end game? What's your main goal? I want to be able to do whatever I want to do in life without, you know, caring about money issues, and I can work whenever I freaking want to work. I can do whenever I want to go. I want to go to vacation, I can go right now. But the thing is, if I can sleep and still have income and work when I want to work, that's retirement, baby. That's my end goal. Like once I'm able to do that, then it's cool. It's not a money value. You know, I can break it down. It's more of like, you know, the value of, yeah, you know what I mean, helping people, as well as, you know, able to help yourself. Because if I can help myself first and do whatever I want to accomplish, then I can help out even more people. So that's my end game too. Because the thing is, for me, I know damn right I am not gonna stop working at all, but I just wanna be able to have the option of not to work or to work. You get what I'm saying? I think that's what we all want to collectively as a team, to not just to be financially set, however, more of like, you know, passive income. Passive income comes with that too. It's like, yeah, you can get passive income, but what's more of it? My goal is like to just to be able to do that, to work whenever I want to do it, still have money to relax or whatever, and you know, hopefully I can like pass it on to the next generation, on and on and on like that. So man, I don't know how long this is, but this is my rant on like the 6 months of whatever I'm going through, and there's so many things I go through there. Like every day is just like I can do fucking 12 things at a time. However, sometimes like when I get down to sit down and like kind of think of what I'm gonna be doing and trying to figure things out, this is what it is, you know. Like I'm in real estate. My name is Vin, and I hope you guys kind of understand this. And this is actually just more for my understanding of where I'm gonna be at in the next couple months. In the next 6 months from now, let's see what we do. Let's see what we can do and see how the real estate game is. And you know, I hope the best for everything. So thanks for watching. I know this has been a little bit long, but if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, I know I went through like all over the place and I didn't cover a lot, but it was just really like a brainstorm out of my mind, like whatever I'm thinking. A lot of people are texting me right now, just trying to like put it out there on the line. Like my first year of real estate, even though everybody thinks it's such like a downfall from it, I just feel like, you know what I mean? Like if you apply your mind to things, like everybody's gonna need housing. Everybody's gonna need this. Real estate is never going to fail. You're never gonna be out of business if you own real estate or in real estate or dabble into it. So for me, I would definitely recommend anybody, you know, the real end game is like, hey man, somebody's just trying to, you know, wherever you live, you rent, you purchase, whatever, you know, it's all real estate at the end. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for staying in or checking in with me. Yo! Alright, we're just gonna wing it, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put it out there. Okay, let's go.